Good morning. Yeah, would you look at that? Once again back here at Fountainhead Regional Park. Full disclosure, you can see where I am. Nothing fancy. Told you I'm going to be trying to learn how to fish this reservoir, the Occoquan Reservoir. There are fish flipping absolutely everywhere here this morning. Shad, carp. Water air temp is currently 63 degrees. It is crispy. We are now into September, so the first taste of fall is in the air. First sniff is in the air. It's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a fantastic day. Don't know which direction of the lake I'm heading. I don't know if I'm thinking about going up lake today. I don't think I've ever gone up lake. But in order to find out truly where the big fish are and how to fish for them, I need to try a couple different things. So that is where I'm going this morning. Other than that, yeah, let me try out a couple different techniques today. I brought some glide baits, I brought some BFS rigs, and of course got the live scope again. So last time I mostly chucked frogs pretty much the entire time I was here. Had some reasonable hits, but only connected on one. Might start the morning with some kind of topwater because, I mean, come on, look at this, look at this. You can't not. But I was waiting at the gate this morning. I'm the only person here so far, which is absolutely awesome. On this reservoir, being the only person in the water is, well, it feels different. It definitely hits different. So we're gonna go ahead and get unloaded, get on the water, and we're gonna figure out which direction we're going. But before we go ahead and do that, I wanna say, hey there, how's it going? My name's Adam, this is Go To Outdoors. And of course, like I said, this is Fountainhead Regional Park. And it's gonna be a fantastic day. Thank you, each and every one of you, for coming along with me on my videos. I really do appreciate it, because I love showing everybody what's available out there, you know, finding ways to smile outside. It's gonna be a good day. Well, I got that bad boy working, got a couple other things squared away. Make sure my sonar's off. Nope, it's off. Okay. Maybe my power all the way down so I'm not burning power, not using my live scope. There's a lot of bubbles on the water here. There's fish been surfacing the entire time I've been goofing off. So now that everything's squared away, I think I'm gonna start the morning off with just a wee bit of top water. So this is a very lightweight BFS setup, little mega bass. Can't remember what this lure is called. I'll go look it up and I'll put a little graphic on the screen for what it's called. It's basically just a little topwater cicada, walks backwards, and has a fantastic action. And I'm gonna go ahead and try and get the first fish in the morning on a topwater. So I got a frog behind me, I got this thing right here, and man, what a gorgeous morning. All right, I'm gonna be playing with BFS this morning. This is a new thing for me, kind of new thing. Good morning, Osprey. That kingfisher saw the osprey and said, nope. That was kind of funny. He wasn't going to go up to this thing, and he was like, yeah, nah. So it's just a walker. It's a noisy little walker. Granted, this is on 12-pound test. 12-pound braid to Seaguar Pex 8. So if by some chance something hits it that has teeth, this lure's gone. No doubt about it. This lure will be Dunsky, gone, erased from memory. So if a snakehead hits it, let's just say I'm not looking for it. I don't know what this schmutz is on the water, but I just got all kinds of it on my lure. I'm gonna need to put on my dang sunnies. It's already bright. Let me do that real quick. Hot dog. All right. And I'm warm already. Up, don't know where you're going there. Hat fell off, camera's going all kinds of wonky, sunglasses are foggy. What are we doing, folks? What are we doing? All right, I'm gonna leave that on the deck for right now. What I'm gonna grab is the old froggy frog. Because I have a feeling there's a frogfish waiting in the wings somewhere over here. I do have a good feeling about that. And with this mysterious hair looking stuff that's all over the water, I don't know what the heck that is. Ugh. The frog is probably going to get a little bit less gunked up by that nonsense. Okay, rowers are already out. I'm not surprised. If I do get a frog hit this morning, I'm going to count audibly for you folks. Something just moved in the weeds right there. I'm gonna count 1, 2, 3. Then I'm gonna set the hook. I say that right now. It's probably gonna end up being faster than that, but I'm going to... There's a snakehead in here. So I'm gonna count audibly and give it a 1, 2, 3. And it's probably gonna be faster than that because I get excited. But I'm going to try and count. What is this stuff? Like, it's just nasty. I have no idea what that crap is, but it sucks. Oh, nice little swamp spider. It's all over the dang tip of my frog too. Yeah, I don't know what that hairy nonsense is, but no thank you. I don't like it. That's gross. One, 2, 3. Had a hit. Had a hit right there. Probably wasn't very big, but I still had a hit. I'm gonna be clearing this crap off my line every cast, it seems. Ew. Grody. Yeah, it's even getting on my reel. It's gross. Wow, what is that crap? It's on my reel. What the heck? Some kind of fuzz or fluff, just gunking everything up. I don't know where I'm not fishing today is in this crap. That sucks. Like, that's how fast it's adding up onto my reel. What is that? Seriously, if anybody knows what this crap is, let me know. On the water, it literally just looks like hair. But it seems to be all over the place, and no sir, I don't like it. I'm gonna make a couple more casts, but if this is gonna be all over the place, I'm going elsewhere. That's weird, and it's all over the entire lake. It's all over the place. Oh, you hit it and brought it down. You can just grab the tails. Floated right back up. Didn't even bother counting on that one. So we got fish hitting. This is a beautiful time of year for fishing topwaters, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely gorgeous morning. Getting into the first bits of fall. This is when topwater really heats up for me. Every year I look forward to September, October. You know, fish are starting to hit a lot of stuff. They're getting ready for the fall. They are in the mood to tap some top water. Good news is it doesn't matter if I stop mid-retrieve to clear that crap off my line. When a frog is sitting, I tend to have pretty good luck. The entire lake has this stuff on it. It's like silk almost. Something huge just blew up in there. Huge. Like really, really big. I don't know if you saw it on the GoPro, but I saw it, and I'm gonna go in there. That was a good fish. That was a predation event if I ever saw one. Did that gunk seriously mess up my cast? I think that I had a wad on the spool. I did have a wad on the spool. What is that? It's literally holding everything together. This is stupid. This is absolutely stupid. What is this crap? It's literally tying my line together. There's no way I can reel this in right now. That is freaking nasty and stupid. What the hell is that? It literally gunked up. I'm losing line right now. This is stupid. Yep, it just tied a knot. It just tied a knot. I'm losing 20 yards of line right now. Yep, 20 yards of line going just like that. I'll be back when I retie. Alright, cleared off and retied, man. That took a chunk. I mean, using thick braid on a spool, it took a huge chunk off my line. That's irksome. But don't throw it on the water. It's right there on the front of the kayak, as you can see. But while I was retying, that fish showed itself again. So we're going to work it through here and see what we can do. It was a good-sized fish. That's all I know. Anyway, so looking out over the lake, that direction, this film that's on the water right now is all this fibrous crap. Like, what is that? What the hell is that nonsense? It's gross and it's gumming up the works. I don't like it. I don't like it. Like all this crap is just ugh. Ugh. That's all I can say. The only word I got. Like, I'm having to keep my fingers on the line in front of my reel just so I can gather up a wad of it and then peel it off. Like this. I'm just going to do this for a second. And there. It's gathering on my line. What in the world? And it's all over here. It's not in any one spot in particular. The problem is, without, you know, all the wind we haven't had, I don't know if there's any spot in the lake that won't have this crap all over it. Ah, he had it. I didn't audibly count, I know, but I can't. You saw me count. You saw me wait. I felt it, and then I reeled it in. It gunked up at the end of my line that time. The mysterious Fuzz. I mean, my nickname's Fuzz, but I'm not as mysterious as this crap that's on this lake right now. Got it. Got it. I'm not letting any pressure off of this fish. course, my trolling motor's hung up in the dang weeds. If I get this fish in, it's gonna be a miracle. I lost him. I lost him because the frickin' weeds. I had that fish too. I had that fish good. Son of a gun. If my trolling motor wasn't down, if I was paddling, if my trolling motor was not stuck in these stupid weeds, I would have gotten that fish. That was a good fish too. That was a really good fish. That was a good hit. Great fish. Ah, man. Well, I'm not gonna lie to you. I just spent a minute or two saying some really bad words. Well, that'll make me laugh though. That was a good fart. That's my bass call, my fish call. That. Well, good news is I can hook them on the Z-Man frog, and I had them good, and this thing was full of water. Got stuck right in those weeds, got plenty of leverage and came off. I knew as soon as I got stuck I was losing that fish. I was hopeful. I was hoping I'd get him in. But because my trolling motor got stuck in those weeds and I couldn't pull myself forward, I lost that fish. Lost a good fish. The way it hit, it looked like a bass. It felt like a bass. I don't think it was a snakehead. I don't think it was a bass. So when the water temps start cooling off and the air temps cool off, that starts stacking up in the shallows again, which is where I really like to target them. I like shallow water power fishing. That is my happy place. I think they're dropping the water level in the lake right now, because that was all underwater last time I was here. Good morning. That's actually the closest I've ever been to a heron in shallow water. Gotten close to them when they're up on a tower or something above deep water, but usually in shallow water they scoot off a lot faster than that. See, this end of the lake doesn't have all that schmutz on it. Rest easy, butterfly. You can dry off here, I don't mind. You got your wings clipped by something pretty good. Oh, wait. Don't just fly off now, you goober. If you do that, you're just going to end up in the lake again. You look pretty messed up. Something tagged you good. Dark black swallowtail. He's in rough shape. You know what? I'm not even going to goof off on this side of the lake. I'm going to make a run up to a part I've never been to. If something looks too good to pass up, I'm going to make a couple casts, but for the most part, I'm just going to get rolling. And we shall be back in a bit. Well, it looks like he was good enough to fly off, so best of luck to you, Mr. Butterfly. I'm trying to switch out frogs. I'm all bass backwards and my... You know, it's like 30 something foot here. I'm gonna stop here for right now. Last time I was in this spot, I managed to live scope up a dadgum channel cat. So I'm swapping out this little Z-Man frog. I'm gonna put my little Swamp Lord back on because when I get over here, I want something that can pop. I want a little bit of sound, a little bit of action. I think that will greatly help me catch the fish that are up in this area. The popping sound, man, it's just a game changer. My cheeks are gonna be red today. I can feel the heat on them from the sun. The oldie Swamp Lord is tied on. Oh geez, that's a big old snapper. That was a monster snapping turtle. Dude, that thing was probably 60, 70 years old. That was a hoss. Wow, that was cool. Look at the periph, I see Gigantor. You know, jeez, that was a gigantic snapping turtle. Hello, another heron. He's gonna take off and squawk at me. I'm fully expecting this. Sorry, Mr. Heron, I am not giving you a wide berth. I am going around this log, and I'm gonna cast right at your toes. When you and that big old snapping turtle, I don't know who can eat a bigger fish. That dude was huge. And yes, it was a male. As long as his tail was, that was definitely a male. That was a big old boy. That very well could be the largest common snapper that I've ever seen him out of. Oh, shut up. That's as far as you went? You must not be very mad at me. He sees something. Try and get him a fish. Got him one. Yep, he got him a little fish. A little sunny. That was cool. Most of the time they're just farting around. You don't really get to see them hunt too often. They are extraordinarily opportunistic. Honestly, I gotta get away from him because everywhere he goes, he's just gonna keep taking off and spooking fish. So away I go. Back on this crap again. I got too excited. I got way too excited on that one. He sank that frog. He sank that frog. After hours of nothing. Oh man. That one was 100% me. I said I was gonna stop and count. My heart just went from, you know, normal to about 400. I just got too excited on that one. Dang it. That was a bass. He had it. He would have gotten stuck on that log over there though. I don't know how he didn't. In the shade, keyed on wood, grass line. Same exact pattern as last time. I'm not even mad at that one. That was all me. I am not even mad. God, and he was in inches of water. If that. He was belly in the mud. Wow. while I'm making a little run, I'm going to use this opportunity to clear my line of this schmutz, whatever it is. I don't know if that was a very big fish, but he hit with some gusto. Osprey just scared the crap out of me. I don't know if he actually connected, but he definitely hit the water hard enough. I did have a bite. I thought I had a bite. That felt pretty cool on a BFS. That felt pretty cool. Super, super, super subtle bite. Well, got my first fish of the day on the line. I realize fishing BFS, this is a very likely possibility, but this is literally my first cast with this little jerkbait. That's adorable. Only big ends here, folks. I mean, heck, he wanted it. That's adorable. Have a good one. Grow up, buddy. That's this spring's fish. That is this spring's fish. I love it. I love it. Let's see if I can get another one. I know it's a little jerkbait. I'm just using it like a crankbait. I've seen a lot of bluegills popping on top, so I was like, screw it. I'll throw in something that looks like a little minnow. Maybe they'll chase it. And oh, yes, something just came up right after that. That's exactly what's gonna happen. They're gonna target it. I'm gonna have a good day. I was gonna put on the old Strike King Bitsy Pond minnow because I love that thing. That is one of my favorite little crankbaits. I use it for trout. I use it for crappie. Got one. Got one. Nice. Oh, whoop. Oh, I love this. I love this so much. I love this. Just a BFS reel. I'm just gonna get used to how to use this thing. They want it. They are enjoying it. Well, maybe I'll switch back to some power fishing here in a little bit, but I'm gonna have fun with these little guys for a second. See, that's what I kept hearing. That whoop. There's a lot of little fish that were just popping left, right, and center. They're all just popping. I don't need this on actually, so I'm gonna shut it off. I'm hoping for some crappie today. Kind of the reason I brought this BFS stuff out. I want to try and learn how to fish for crappie and trout with it. That's a good one. Yep, another little largie. He smoked it. Absolutely smoked it. Man, I love micro fishing. I love it. These hooks are sharper than all get out. Yeah, I'm gonna have some fun with BFS. Another healthy little bass. Thanks, buddy. Just lots of healthy little fish. There's another one. Oh, I just got hit real good right there. You don't need crazy big gear to catch fish and have fun. Little fish are just as fun. I know this lake holds donks, but this is fun. there a rattle in there? There's a rattle in there. Nice, I didn't know there was. I'm gonna go down the lake a bit. I'm gonna have fun with this. Clockwork. Oh yeah. Oh, what is that, a catfish? No, big snakehead. Holy crap, big snakehead. I was not expecting that here. That's a big snakehead. It's a big snakehead. I wasn't even looking, I was looking at the darn boat. I was pausing it, he came up and smoked it. Oh crap. He's out, he's out, he's out, he's out, he's out. That could be a dragon. That could very well be a dragon. I think that frog's toast. Thought that was a darn catfish, it was so big. Holy crap. This is a good fish. Well, it's the first snakehead I've caught out of the Occoquan Reservoir. This one's gonna get a measurement because it's sizable. Oh God, no, no! Should have brought my deeper net. That was a big snakehead. I'm willing to bet that was a dragon. I bet that was a 30-inch fish. I'm willing to bet that was a 30-inch fish. That thing was huge. And man, he stinks. I am covered in slime. Dang it. He got out. Fair play to you, big guy. That's I wasn't ready at all for any part of that. Any part of that, from the strike to the fight to the landing. Oh man, what a beast. That was an absolute monster. And I waited on my hook set. I looked and I was like, okay, let's go ahead and count and then let her rip. That was, man, that was a big fish. All right, she knocked my line loose and everything. That was a big girl. I was not expecting to have a snakehead. I thought, I got nothing. I have no idea what just happened. Any part of that was just absolutely wild. Man, she put some teeth marks in there. Oh yeah, there's some good new teeth marks on the bottom of that frog. These swamp lords are awesome, man. They're durable as heck though. She smoked it. Here I am hoping just for a nice bass on a dang frog, and I land a monster snakehead. That's awesome. That just made my day. I don't care how slow this morning was. That just made my day. Hey, turtle. That was awesome. That was awesome. All right. I gotta calm down. I'm frustrated because I didn't get a measurement or a weight on that thing. I know that had to have been a 30-inch fish. Had to be. That was a monster. Probably weighed 8 or 9 pounds. But in the shade. Yeah, it was in the shade. Yeah, it was in the shade off that point. While I was looking at that John boat ripping by. Love it. There will not be another snakehead that big anywhere near here. The big ones tend to have territories. Man, there is nothing like a big old fish to put a smile on your face. And I'll be honest with you, I came out here today because that's exactly what I needed. You know, it's been a bit of a rough week for me. I had to say goodbye to my dog a couple days ago and haven't exactly been myself. That's why I didn't do any filming or anything last weekend. I was worried about her, and you know, I didn't go out on my other 2 days off this week because I just wanted to spend as much time with her as I could. So just man, gonna miss my dog. I really am. She was a good pup. She was a really good pup. But if I was sitting at home, I'd just be thinking about it. So I'm out here trying to clear my head and catch some fish and just kind of recenter, you know what I mean? Yep. Her whole job in life was to try and make everybody smile, and she was so good at it. She wouldn't want me moping around at all. And that fish was smelly. I stink. I reek of snakehead. Just slithered all around trying to get out of here. They are masterful escape artists. PhD in escapeology. But I landed her, and I was on a frog. I got my fish on a frog. So maybe I need to be distracted every time a fish hits. That's basically how it is. Because I was 100% distracted. I wish I had gotten that strike on film, but I was looking the opposite direction. But it, like, just the sound of it. I can't wait to go back and watch the video and while I'm editing, because that was nuts. But I have better luck with these popping frogs, that's for sure. Water is definitely lower. They're releasing water out of here right now. I mean, we've had rain through a couple places here recently, but not too many. Like, it's been fairly dry for a better part of 3 weeks now. And just, yeah, surprised the water is still kind of so dirty. That being said, the water may be turning over. We've had a lot of cooler days, like strings of cooler days recently. And that may be starting the fall turnover. It feels very early for me. Left a big old slime streak on. It feels very early for me for the fall turnover, but we've had such a weird year for weather that I don't even really know what to say, like, or what to expect, to be perfectly honest. Like, I'm not an expert in lake fishing. Y'all know that, I've said it before. It's kind of why I want to keep coming out here, because I'm trying to learn this place, learn this particular reservoir. Because obviously that proves that there's big fish in here. Wasn't my target species for the day. I mean, I will never turn down a nice snakehead, let alone a dragon. But I came here looking for bass and crappie and, you know, other stuff today. Like, I did not expect to catch a dragon at 12:30 p.m. on a bright and sunny day. Basically, just off of a weed edge, open water weed edge. That was wild. I'm so happy I had turned my camera back on at that instant, because I had it off for a few minutes there. I was getting grumpy. I was starting to say some words I shouldn't say on film, because I try to keep it clean on this channel. I really do. Make an off-color joke once in a while, but I know there's a lot of kids that watch my videos, and I'm trying not to be a horrible influence. I know I'm a bad influence, don't get me wrong. I'm telling everybody to go out fishing, you know, spend time outside. Believe me, I'd rather play hooky too. But yeah, going back to, yeah, I haven't been myself, and I'm getting there. That's my Betty girl. 1, 2, 3, 4 p.m. I miss you, baby. I miss you a lot. A lot. There's a deer swimming. There's a deer swimming right there. That is a first for me. You just taking a swim, sweetheart? How you doing? Just chilling? It's a beautiful day to be in the water, but the sign back there said no swimming, sweetie. I mean, I just trying to help follow the rules. I mean, you do your thing. She looks like she is tired, but where'd you come from, baby? Where did you come from? She doesn't look unhealthy. Just has her ears down like she's scared or sad or something. She looks tired. She must have been in the water for a long time, but I mean, she could have gotten out anywhere. I hope you have a better day, baby. Sorry to scare you. You kind of surprised me. I just saw something bobbing in the water and moving. I didn't know what it was. Bye, baby. See ya. You're a pretty deer. Yeah, I know. Bye. Don't have to look back at me. Go away. Go where you need to go. She's just standing there. The only time I've seen a doe do that and stay in one place for a while is if they were looking for their baby. That's the only time. I hope she didn't lose it. Can't believe I thought that snakehead was a catfish. The way it hit and the way it pulled, I was like, what is that? Again, I was not dang it. I was not expecting to get a snakehead there, let alone, I mean, obviously, my last video, I saw one. It's a good one. Came up, surfaced right in front of me, got a gulp there and then disappeared. But I was not expecting to get a snakehead today. I just wasn't. I don't know why I wasn't, but I wasn't. What in the world? Well, I'm not going to hook a fish like that. I'm gonna go up into one of these creek arms that's up here. A big old woodpecker. Oh yeah, oh yeah. That's a good fish, that's a good fish. Slam that chatterbait. Slammed it. Don't do that, sweetie. Slammed it. Absolute. It came off the hook and then she jumped. Can I keep a fish in the boat today? Man, I am off my game. Anyway, that one hit an electric shed tungsten Evo with a Berkeley power stinger in the same color. Come on, Adam. What the hell, man? What the hell? Hey, whatever. All I can say is that's 5 fish. That was my 5th fish of the day. And that was probably a good 3-pound largie. Yeah, I got no problems with that. I threw at this little piece of whatnot, because it looked out of place on this bank, and everything else is kind of shallow or kind of like vertical. And I was like, screw it, I'm gonna throw it right there, I'm gonna see what happens. And boom, chatterbait fish. Barely got the blade moving before she slammed it. Wanted a piece of it, that's for sure. Everything except that snakehead has been on moving bait today. Well, you saw the fish. I hope you saw the fish. I don't know how good my camera angle is right now in my head, you know, but there you go. The two nicest fish of the day. Of course, I can't get in the dang kayak. What the hell, man? You are better than that, Adam. What in the hell? You are better than that. Well, I thought I was. Apparently, I'm not. Oh, man. This is a fun lake. This is a really fun lake. So, one of these days, I'm going to learn how to catch fish again. I don't know. Something just dropped off that rock. So the section I'm on, obviously, you can see these are bluff walls. So I cast it at the only spot that looked like a little point. I'm not answering that. And boom, largemouth was sitting on it. I mean, it's in the shade, you know, right on the bluff wall with a natural point that came off the bluff wall. Wasn't much. It was just something to break up the vertical structure. And I had a feeling there'd be a fish there, so that's why I go ahead. I just turned my camera back on. That was my first cast after I turned my camera back on. And bada bing, there you go. Wood ducks. I love those birds. They are so pretty. They were just sitting on this log over here. 4 of them. Neat. I cast out. I was just fixing a backlash, and boom, got myself a little bassy bass. This BFS is fun. I don't care if it's micro fishing. It's fun. This is really fun. I feel like this fish's jaw is broken though. It is. Somebody caught him and let him go. He's got a broken jaw. Sorry, buddy. Didn't mean to hold you there, but I hope you get better. Later. Fixing a backlash. Distracted by a John Bud. Man, I am, every time I hook into something today, it is not paying attention. I am not on my game. But, you know, I'm learning how this thing really handles, so that's good. When I don't do that. Switched up lures to a little Z-crank, another Euro tackle. It's got a little subtle rattle to it. Sticky sharp hooks. My battery was dead. I just decided to think for a few minutes and stay quiet and didn't film, but got a nice little bluegill on this, and then had another little hit over here just a second ago, right underneath this tree. So when stuff falls in, it's getting smacked, which is not unsurprising this time of year. I have a couple like Rebel like crick hoppers and things like that. I bet that would crush today on BFS. Absolutely crush. Oh good. Something just jumped over there. Let me get around this right here so I don't catch any of my rods. I want to get a big old crappie on this rod. That would be fun. Osprey and an eagle, a baldy right above me. Baldies like to harass those ospreys around here, that's for sure. The ospreys, let's face it, they're better hunters. I'm about halfway back. See, it's possible to take off without screaming. Dinosaurs. Okay, that's just spiteful. Sometimes I wonder why I don't just try and pick up another hobby. And something like that snakehead comes along and totally resets my attitude. I could really use that right about now. Well, what a day. I just took my last cast. Still working a lot of grass lines that look like this. There's a lot of fallen wood, a lot of exposed weed edges, and I know that's where the bass hide, and clearly it's also where the snakeheads hide. So, had a really good day. You know, it started off a little less than stellar, and my mindset wasn't awesome when I came out here because, like I mentioned earlier, I lost my puppy a few days ago. Still kind of numb to it, but I haven't been myself. So I needed to come out today. I needed to get some fishing in. I needed to try and focus on something different for a little while, and this was a good day. This was a really good day. Got that monster snakehead. You won't ever convince me that wasn't a dragon. I mean, I think lengthwise, not necessarily weight-wise, but lengthwise, I'm pretty sure that was a PB. If not, they were within a quarter of an inch of each other. That was a monster, and that was a big female too. That wasn't a male. That was a big female. So that was really cool to see. But a big bass I lost right here. That was a little unfortunate. It swam around too much while I was fiddling around trying to get a net, and then I tried to lip it. I should have just reached for the net and gone for it. But fighting back and forth and jumping and everything opened up that hole in its jaw a little bit, and when I picked it up, it shook its head. I lost grip. It went up off the hook, back down again. Just that simple. So that's 3 fish lost, and you know, of course, when I switched over to the BFS stuff today, that was fun. I still need to work on learning how to use that stuff, but I mean, even catching little fish, I don't care. The 3 little largemouths and then a pair of bluegills, 2 bluegies. They were just so much fun. They put a heck of a fight on a light action rod. I loved it. So that's something I want to get better with, because I want to try and use BFS stuff for when trout season opens, or technically open, but when they start stocking again, usually mid-October. At the places I go fishing is when they tend to get filled back up again with old E trout. Good God, I hate this trolling motor sometimes. For those of you that have a Motor Guide XI3 currently, and you didn't realize this, if you have it on a heading, which I forgot that I locked a heading on it, now it's off. If it's locked in a heading and you hit one of the 2 directional buttons and nothing happens, it's not that the thing isn't working, it's that it's about to throw you 180 degrees in the opposite direction that you want to go. That is extremely annoying, and quite frankly, it's dangerous. And if Motor Guide was still around, I'd be giving the old what for, because, you know, if you're standing up and doing that, you know, if it's cold water, you know, anything like that, it's a programming feature that should not be that case. You should be able to, you know, put it on the heading lock and then steer the way you want without it lurching the opposite direction. You know, I don't know if there's any firmware updates or anything, but that's kind of crappy. Anyway, off that tangent, the next bound mount I'm going to get is probably going to be a Tarova, since Minn Kota now has the Tarova. But yeah, so the BFS is going to be fun. When they start stocking trout again, I want to really try that out, because I think throwing like 16th ounce Panther Martins and stuff like that on there is going to be really, really cool. But I don't know, catching a big rainbow or brown, or even going up to Raystown and getting a big old lake trout on BFS gear, that would be wild. That would be a lot of fun, and I might try that. But yeah, so just gotta learn how to use that stuff. Still need to learn how to fish this lake effectively. I mean, it's super, super deep in most of the spots. I don't really know what I'm doing. I goof off, I derp around, I do what I can. But I'm just here to have fun. At the end of the day, I'm here to have fun. And I managed to do that today. Against all odds, you know, thinking about my puppy. But I'm going to be coming back around a few times before the end of the year, probably through mid-October. I don't have a dry suit, and I don't really feel comfortable coming out in a kayak when it's super cold, because really what you want is the rule of 120. Basically, if the water temperature and the air temperature don't equal 120 degrees, then you need a dry suit or some extra insulation, at the very least a full set of clothes in a dry bag. And that's good. I'm going to go over some of that stuff, you know, basic safety, like all the real safety gear that I tend to carry and that I have with me, that you should have in a kayak. You know, it's not all mandatory, but it's all recommended by me and many others who kayak fish much like myself. So a lot of things to learn about this lake for sure. But it's also September 5th, so that means tomorrow morning, instead of me going out into the woods to hunt squirrels, because that opens up tomorrow, I have to go to work. So I will be at work bright and early, and I'll be getting off too late to actually go do any hunting in the afternoon, which is a real bummer, because I really wanted to go out. But that being said, it's going to be squirrel hunting, and of course September, if you know anything about the Chesapeake Bay, that is when the biggest crabs of the year tend to start stacking up. Big rusty males come in. You know, they're basically the biggest they're going to be before they bury back in the mud for next year. So days off coming up, I'm going to be splitting between crabbing and going out and doing some hunting. I'm just going to do some squirrel hunting. I don't archery hunt for deer, so I'm not going to worry about any kind of deer hunting until probably when it opens back up. I live in Loudoun County. Technically, I could hunt deer, well, starting soon, if not already. I think it might be September 1st, like early firearm season, like antlerless. Loudoun County, there's so darn many deer that you can just hunt from. It's basically 6 months out of the year you can hunt with firearms in Loudoun County and a few other counties in Northern Virginia. And there's no daily limits. You can keep buying deer tags if you want, but I haven't bought any deer tags yet. But those are the plans going forward. I'm going to come out here a couple more times before the weather really gets too cold to be safe and effective. So I just heard an eagle. Yep, I did. Top of that tree. It's a big one. That's the reason I come out here. Things like that make me smile. It's a big bird. I don't know if you can see it from this angle. We're gonna get around pretty soon. There's another one. Yep, that's the one that just took off. There's another one right there. That's the big one right there. I saw that one earlier. That one that's calling so much isn't quite as large. But the way they're acting, it's almost like there's a nest around here. Very likely there's a nest right up here nearby. They tend to build big old nests right near the water. There's one on the lake across town as well from where I live, and that's a big nest. It's been there for a while. Anyway, I'm sidetracked again, but it's been a good day. It has been a good day. I'm tired. I'm about to start yawning. I feel one coming on. There it is. Sorry. I'm tired. I've been on the water for 10 hours now. It's probably about 4:30. It's 4:15 actually. So I got on the water about 6:30. I've been on the water almost 10 hours, and I've had a great day. You know, I wish I'd been able to get a measurement or a weight on that snakehead. I wish I'd been able to get at least a length on that largemouth. And then whatever the heck I hooked first thing this morning, that was a good fish that I lost in those weeds. But even with all that, I mean, I wouldn't trade today for anything. Weather's been beautiful. Water temperature is bathtub warm. I've been doing that a lot today because that water feels great. And yeah, that's really about all I got for you today. So like I always say, thanks again for watching. Make sure you find a reason to smile today. And I will catch you in the next one.